And if you think about it, it's like, what's the worst thing that can come from you believing in yourself like that?
Yeah.
What? And I'm talking to myself too. I'm
I
not
can
just
tell you
talking
the
to you.
worst thing.
What is it?
The worst thing is your belief and the fear that it doesn't come. Now you realize you were wrong about yourself. And if you realize you're wrong about yourself, then the only conclusion you come to is, well, I'm not so special. I'm not so smart. I'm not so good.
So then what is it about finding the right balance of believing in yourself then? Because
There's no balance. It's either or.
Yeah.
There's no gray shade.
Yeah.
You're either believing in yourself or you're not.
Well, that's what I mean. Like what bad could come from you in just believing in yourself to the fullest? That's what I'm really saying.
No bad can come from it.
Yeah, exactly. It's
only good can come from it. But again, like I said, is people fear most people feel their specialness as soul. They really do. Even the people with no talent, no skills, you ask anybody, and this is what scares everybody else. Because you look at somebody who's not producing anything major, not a star. You look at the guys and the girls who are auditioning for American Idol and think they're the greatest singers around, right? And they think they're special, but they're really not. And now you're looking at them and you're going, wait a minute, I think I'm special.
Right.
I think I'm really talented. What makes me more talented than them? Here's the difference. Sustenance. Your belief is true if you have sustenance to prove it, behind it. Those people who believe that they're great singers never had the sustenance of being a great singer. They never had it. They're actually latching onto that belief to counter how bad they feel about themselves. So it's that narcissism idea. Narcissists truly do not believe they're great. They absolutely believe they're the biggest shits on the planet, but their defense mechanisms counter that, and their brain purposely creates grandiose ideas about themselves to counter that low self-esteem that they have. Otherwise, they would never survive. So the difference is sustenance. You have sustenance. You've got content. You've got proof already that what you have to say and do is real. So therefore, your feelings about yourselves and your feelings about this show have to be real. And here's the other part.
That's deep.
That's so deep. The way that you just related it to like narcissism and that personality disorder and like that was like a map for me. I almost like I understand that fully now.
You've got to believe it. And here's the other part that you need to believe along with it. You wouldn't have this feeling and this sustenance if it didn't happen already. So you're thinking
you might have to explain that one.
Yeah, you're thinking you're creating something new. You're not. You're tapping into what you already created.
It's predestined.
When?
It's
like
already
before lives?
Before you came down and incarnated in this world, you put out into the universe, into a dimension, your plan.
Right.
See, if we're needing to experience who we are, then it isn't about anything we create that needs to prove that. What proves who we are is the ability to create, not what we've created. Okay? Nothing like sending a rocket to the moon wasn't the important part, but the belief that we could. Oh my God, look at how far we were able to go.
Yeah.
So who gives a shit now that it landed on the moon? We know we can do that. So it's now that's nothing. Now we want to go to Mars, right?
Yeah.
So the idea is then, and all of you luminaries knew this, all right? And they expressed it to each other. When Wilbur Wright woke up and said to his brother one day, you're not going to believe this, we need to make a vehicle because I just saw a picture in my head of a vehicle going through the air carrying people in it. And Orville said, oh, my God, you're nuts. What did you take last night? And this was before gummies, okay? Before any of that.
He had a dream
stuff.
about the plane.
Oh, is that real?
Yes, it is.
That's real.
He had a dream about the plane.
In
and his brother
1903,
was wanting to talk him out of it, and he said, no, you don't understand. If I dreamt it, that means it's real.
Yeah.
Plato, I said this before, is Plato came out with the concept of forms. And his theory was, if you can make this couch, it's because the form of it exists in a dimension somewhere,
Yeah.
and you're just tapping into it. So you guys making Bledsoe Said So into this famous, monetized, and you're going to live off of this, that's nothing. That's not your job.
Right.
Your job is believing you can, and that it already exists. So by your believing in it, you'll manifest it right into existence.
That's the work.
But it's the belief that makes you go, oh, now I know who I am and who we are. Look at what we were able to create. Great, and quite honestly, you may reach the pinnacle that you want to reach, and the next day the world ends.
Yeah.
And you will have still been totally successful.
Yeah.
Honestly, that is so profound. Like and like all the monetization stuff is great, and like we'd be lying to you if we told you like at a certain point we can't evolve the show without being able to live on it and abandon the old ways of our lives and move here. But my whole thing is I just want to awaken as many people as possible. I want to help people awaken, and that's why I wanted to do this. After they pushed me to do this, I started to see it more clearly. Like, wow, we could really reach people, and it's to me, it's like documenting the awakening.
Well,
like a meta documentary. The whole thing, the whole time. That's been my whole imaginary vision of this. Is it's like documenting the awakening.
Intention is actually what gives power to it even more so. When your intention is that pure, okay, then there's absolutely nothing stopping you.
I can tell you without a doubt, this team has never had a single vain conversation of being like, man, I want to make a bunch of money with this.
No.
It's not about, it's never been about that for us. The monetary part is simply so that we can do it more and do it better.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's a necessity.
Absolutely.
That's all we care about. And sure, it'll support us, so that we don't have to have some other job. That's cool. But I mean, we just want to, this is our baby. We just want this to be as good as it can be. And so, I feel.
And the whole idea of wanting to awaken people is because apparently you already have, which is the reason why the desire is inside there. You're just thinking it's a new desire. It's not. It's an old desire. It's been part of your plan. You didn't go to school and you didn't pick up all the books and learn all that you learned just so that you can pack it in here for yourself.
Right.
You're spilling it out all over the place in this podcast, and the two of you didn't hook up with your interest and your abilities and having this conversation just so that you can play fun with all of the microphones and everything.
Yeah.
You are doing this to awaken people, and you've already been making it happen. So the more you believe in the success of it, that it's out there. Like, I want to speak in front of 80,000 people. I see myself standing on a stage in an arena with 80,000 people, making them feel their godness and seeing that auditorium, that stadium go crazy, and them finally realizing who they are. That's what I'm seeing about me.
Imagine the energy in that room.
Well, absolutely. This is what I want. Oh my
but-
God.
Oh, man.
But I think you kind of are doing that
you're
already.
Well, yes, I am, and I'm not going to deny that. I feel very blessed by that. I feel, and this is what's really important, and everybody needs to understand this. I feel so good that I am doing it right. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm doing it the rightest way. I know that there's more that I can do to make it better, and I'm always working towards that. But damn it, I like what I'm doing. Do you like what you fuckers are doing?
Oh,
Yes.
hell yeah.
Do you think you guys are great at doing? You are pissers. You make you bring out the best in some jerk like me that's coming in here. This Italian New Yorker, absolutely. And this guy hiding behind over here, I mean, he puts it all together, and he doesn't realize his energy is just as important as bringing out
1,000%.
your energy. And I hope he does realize that.
We couldn't do it without you, Alex. We could not do it without you.
We
him.
definitely realize that.
So you've got to appreciate that and go walking away going, damn, I am reaching people. This feels great. And everybody needs to do that. Our problem is not that our egos are overinflated. Our problem is we have no egos because they've been thwarted and taken away and beaten down by every single negative out there, and every single day and every time you go to work, your ego is being thrashed because of all the other shit that they're doing and what the other people are doing that's wrong and what you're not liking about your work and holy shit is, and we're just, that is not inflating our egos. This is what's meant to make you feel who you really are. I'm waking up people, and I love that I'm doing that. I love that I love people. Okay, I love that I can love. I just went to see the guy who did Frankie Valli in the show that I did.
Oh,
he
nice.
just went down to Hilton Head and did it at a theater there. And we drove. My wife and I drove 5 hours to see him, to support him, because I love the guy. He's wonderful.
That's awesome.
And I love that about me.
Yeah.
And you guys have to love that and how you make people like me feel, how you feel. And everybody needs to feel that for themselves and about themselves.
Well, it's important. It's really important. Like, life is so hard to get through sometimes. Like, you have days where you're just like, nothing I'm doing is working. I feel like I'm completely incompetent.
Yes.
There are few things in this life more important than believing in yourself. I really believe
There's nothing that's the most important thing, because you can't make anything happen in life, neither for you nor anybody else in your life, unless you believe in yourself first. It's just like what the flight attendant says on the airplane.
The seatbelt
is not just a seatbelt. When the oxygen mask comes down,
oh, that's what I meant.
Put it on your fucking face first before you put it on your baby's face.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be dead and won't be able to. So it always starts with you.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're being taught too many times by too many so-called religious and spiritual concepts and philosophies out there that selflessness and not thinking about you is what we're supposed to do. Service to others only. Fuck that.
Yeah, not only, just maybe more like 5149.
No, it starts with you 100%, because we're unlimited. So that means we have 200%. So 100% for me as I take care of myself, and then I have 100% for you as well.
Damn.
Yeah, I like that. You got to fill your cup. I like that. You got to fill your cup before you can fill other people's.
But what
Absolutely.
he's saying is your cup is limitless.
That's right.
You can pour everything into yourself and pour everything.
Pour it into, and when you believe that, that's when you get the energy. People ask me all the time, like when I'm doing all my readings, aren't you exhausted? Aren't you tired? Are you going to do as good of a reading for me? I'm like, are you kidding me? I am completely energized because of all the work I just did.
Yeah.
So yes, you're going to get a great reading.
You know,
I'm completely energized.
Kobe Bryant had a quote that was almost exactly like that. People were warning him about putting too many eggs in one basket or whatever. Like, well, what are you going to do if you put all your eggs into this one basket and then it doesn't pan out? And he said, I'm going to get more eggs. You're limitless.
Absolutely.
You're limitless.
You're going to get more eggs. Well,
yeah.
For God's sakes, doesn't the government show that every day? They run out of money. What do?
Get more.
They print more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just an example. It seems like, well, that's going to get us in trouble eventually. It seems that way, but no, it's not. It's only going to get us in trouble when we want it to get us in trouble. So we are completely limitless, really.
I love that.
And so,
I've never heard that.
But it's our belief in our limitedness that has caused all the problems, because that's why we want to protect ourselves, protect our belongings. I don't want you taking them. I don't want you stealing them. But that's why it was said, if a thief comes along and steals your shoes, give him your cloak as well. You'll get another one.
Yeah, it's all good.
You'll get it. You'll get it. So all of this to make you believe more and go after your dreams. And you guys out there, believe in more and go after your dreams. And when you believe, your dreams will surface, because that's the other thing. People always ask me, well, I don't know what my dreams are. Yes, you do. You came in with a shitload of them. You've forgotten them because you don't believe you can attain them. And it's easier to leave this life with the thought of, oh, I never knew what my dreams were, rather than the thought of, oh, I knew what my dreams were, but I was a chicken shit to go after them.
Yeah.
That's harder.
Oh, yeah.
So the defense mechanism will turn off the dreams to protect you again.
Oh, that's so true.
It is true.
Oh, I mean, I have been that person, and I have people in my life that are like that, and so you just tell them you got to believe anyway. You got to start with believing in yourself first, and that stuff will reveal itself through time. And keep on believing in yourself. Don't back up on the believing in yourself, because then after you find out what the dream is, then you'll start seeing it come true.
Absolutely.
That's
And
beautiful.
You know, why is it that I feel all the time when we are doing this show and we're ending this show, that I've had the greatest joint of my life. Why do I feel that? It's just like, right? It's just like this incredible high.
It's the energy. We're
and it's not, and without anything.
Pass that.
Down to the little roach there. I'm telling you, yes. It's actually the reason why people did drugs, to come to these kinds of understandings, right? Where we've done that and that actualization without having to do any of the drugs, right?
Well, really funny thing is a lot of these like spiritual gurus and leaders and enlightened people, they like there's examples of Terrence McKenna. He was like a big like into psychedelics.
Yes.
So he gave an enlightened guru acid. Like the guru was willing to take it, whatever.
Neem Karoli Baba, right?
Yeah, Neem Karoli Baba.
Wow.
It had zero effect on him.
He tricked him. Remember?
Right,
he tricked him. Yeah, he took it and he started going, oh, like he was freaking out or something. And then he's like, I'm just kidding. It's not doing anything.
It's not doing anything. Right, because he'd been tripping without it.
Exactly.
Because he was able to get to that level.
That's that feeling. That's that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
tingly feeling.
So here we are.